Hello. So I wanted to show you guys my new risk register. So to put that into perspective and let's compare them. This is the old one. It has 3 templates. So this is the first template. The second template here. And the third template. What I mean by template is that it contains this section where you can go through the different rows in here and try to identify risks. Now, this column I actually removed it. This column is mapped with this spreadsheet, so this you will not find this spreadsheet and this particular column in the new version of my risk register. Okay. What you will also not find is this spreadsheet where you could have attempt to draw a picture of the products, and it could it allows you to better visualize the different functions and maybe draw a conclusion eventually, and in order to identify risk. So yeah, you will not find this because I think there are better products out there like Draw.io where you can do this much more efficiently. Anyway, so this is the new risk register that I've been working on. So how does it work? You have here a risk management framework. So the point is, you basically will go through it like B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, and so on and so forth. The point is to go through scope, context criteria. You will identify the context criteria and the scope, and then you will want to do a risk assessment, which contains identification, analysis, and evaluation. So yeah, B1, B2, B3, you'll find them. You'll essentially find them in here, all mapped to these spreadsheets. So as you can see, there are no more templates here. This is the only one. This is the only risk register that you will have. And so like I said, B1, and if you hover over this, you'll find more information about what is happening and how to complete these columns. So B1, B2, and B3 here, and you go all over to the right, give it an impact, a probability. It will calculate a residual risk in here, any actions to mitigate maybe. Okay, this is the risk matrices section. As you can see, we have one inherent risk and one residual risk, very high inherent, and one high residual risk. Now this is where it will be more interesting. You will have this section, you'll have this spreadsheet. So for B1, you'll go here and say, okay, I'm going to use, what technique did we use in here? We have used failure modes and defects analysis. Okay, you'll go to this section, and let's say let's search for this particular technique. Okay, so this is technique B2 technique. We go here. What does it mean? B2, it's a risk identification technique. Okay, so you go here, you go for some of the techniques, you will also have a visual representation of how that is applied. You'll see here like the fishbone, the RCA process, the bow tie. Okay, but you will go here and you will explore. This is ALRP. Okay, this we use it for the risk tolerance. Okay, so we also use it here, B8. You can read more about it here. If you hover over, like I said, read more about it. Okay, and you will find here in this spreadsheet what it means. Okay, so what are the high-level steps for applying this technique? What are the specific applications? Any consideration, any strengths, any limitations that I should be aware of? Okay, now this here it will be mapped to the ISO process. Okay, so really you have to go through it and in order to be able to apply the techniques correctly. Okay, so a short overview. Data identification. So let's say, okay, you have a risk identification guidelines. You can take them from the old one. You can take them from the old one. So you can say, okay, we have functional suitability. Okay, let's say functional completeness. You're gonna take this. You can and then you can add it here. I don't have to create templates. You should really I can create guide words and such, but you should really, this is more advanced risk register, which is for all of the all domains that are out there, not only for gaming, not only for medical devices, not only for space, I don't know, whatever fields you're working into. Okay, so I encourage you to go through it and see for yourself how you can apply it in your context. So let's say let's go through it step by step. So you have identified a guide. Okay. When did you identify the risk? What is the risk domain supposed to be? Is related to the product? Is related to the project? Or maybe it's related to the business? I think I have created in here some. Yeah, so here, project, business, product, and testing is essentially evaluating the product. Okay, and you should read more about it here. This is the documentation for this spreadsheet for this risk register. So also here you have CMMI level. So for instance, okay, where do I fit in here? Where is my process gonna fit in the CMMI level? Are we level 1, are we level 2, or level 3? Well, if we want to be at least level 1, then we should consider these criteria in here, okay, in this column. So what you have to do, you have to identify your opportunities. You have to be able to identify risk associated with the work, okay, um, and so on and so forth. Go through it, and and here are the work products. Okay, work products is basically what you have created out of this process. Okay, is the outcome of the process. So risk documentation here, 1 and 2. You'll find references in here. So where did I get this information from? You'll find it. You'll find it here. These are some things that I'm working on. I'm still working on and I'm trying to implement them on this new risk management template that I'm creating in here. So yeah, still work in progress. So yeah, you go to risk domain, you're gonna choose a product, you're gonna choose a technique. Okay, we have talked to the customers maybe, and we did a brainstorming session, okay, and you're gonna write here the outcome of that brainstorming session, okay. So you're going to use a technique for identifying risk, like I did here. You can see you'll go, okay, so what is the root cause then? Well, it's because of design flow, okay. And then bow tie analysis. For this, in order to do this, you'll have to maybe create a diagram as such. And how you do this? Well, there are tools on the internet like draw.io. You can try that. I can at some point I will maybe create some templates for you to use in order to use this technique maybe, but that requires some time from my side. So B6, causal mapping, causal mapping actually. So what is the risk factor here? Impact, products. You can read more about it in here, what it means. You're gonna give it a probability, and here as well its probability is based on uncertainty, so I advise you to go here and read more about it. So impact here, what is the impact? And this is classified as inherent and residual. Okay. And then you're gonna go to risk evaluation. Okay. And what we're doing here, essentially, we're using ALARP region risk tolerance. Okay. So if I set this to broadly acceptable, you'll see it will change for the inherent and residual, because we accept the risk. We are more acceptable in terms of risk. That's what it basically means. But if we are intolerable, then we're gonna have to fix some risks. Yeah. So if you hover over, you'll see what it means here. You'll see what I mean by that. Okay. risk treatment approaches in here. What are the actions to mitigate? So yeah, so you evaluate the risk, and then you're gonna select a risk treatment approach option, and then guess what? You have to implement actions in order to mitigate or resolve the risk. And then guess what? You'll also have to monitor and review from time to time the different risks that are in this spreadsheet. And you're gonna say, okay, this is in progress, or maybe it's resolved. But you'll also have to assign a priority to it. So imagine in a Scrum team, if you are, in each sprint you might want to go through this. So yeah, guys, this is really what I wanted to show you. So yeah, I hope it's helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.